My name is Rokunda, as my page would show you. Design stages. I'm also a lighting designer and also a sound engineer, by the way. Did sound for quite some time, and then lighting stole me, and this is where I am. So I figured, let me just share this knowledge with you guys, and hopefully I can help somebody out. Hopefully somebody can be better in what they do. So I'm gonna dive into it soon. Hold on. Getting my life together. Just getting my life together. Okay. I think we're all set. No? One more minute? Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute, and then we start. Just alerting some people that asked me to alert them. Please take your friends or anybody. Please take your friends, your colleagues, pretty much anybody that you feel they need this. Please kindly take them. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so when you open SketchUp, this is how it looks like. And like I said yesterday, we always work in millimeters. If you check here, it's architectural millimeters. All you have to do is just to click once on it, and it should bring up your SketchUp page. Let me take this out. To bring out your SketchUp page, which will look like this, and our dude is there. He's always there. I think we need to give him a name. I don't know what we can call him. Maybe somebody will come up with a cool name for him. So, but yeah, that dude is always there. So somebody find a name for him, and then we'll name him that. So the reason for this dude is for him to give you perspective. That's his job. He gives you perspective of what you're looking at. Here's your origin, and you have your X, Y, Z. Coordinates. They're not coordinates, but yeah, the orbit there. There's your Y, there's your X, and there's your Z there. So this guy stands right here. If you do a front view, you can actually see how he's standing. Top view, that's still him there, you know. Then right view, that's a right view. Back view, back to top, ISO. This shows you clearly the X, Y, and the Z lines. And remember what I said, we always work from the top view every single time you are designing something. Always start on the top view every single time. Okay, so let's dive right into it. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna design a stage with a ramp. Let's say we're doing a beauty pageant. Your client said, hey, we need to do a beauty pageant, and we need sort of like a curved stage with a ramp. So something that looks like that. I don't know if you guys can see that there. I'm not very good with drawing with my hands, but yeah, something that looks like that. So your client says, hey, I need a stage with a ramp, and it must look pretty, and I need a backdrop. You know, the beauty pageants are going to be coming in from the back. You need to make way for them to come in, and they're going to walk through the ramp and then walk all the way back. So then they ask you, hey, come up with a design. What do you think we can do? So you decide, okay, I'm going to do an overledge stage with an extended ramp. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's kick right in. For those of you coming in now, please tag others that you feel they need to see this. Create watch parties or whatever you can do. Spread the word. We're gonna be doing this, I think, every single day until the last day of the lockdown, and I'm hoping to continue after that. But for now, let's get right in. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to the tools that we spoke about. So the first tool we're going to take is a rectangle tool. We know that we want it to be a 12 meter wide by 8 meters deep. So you go this, you select that tool, and you click and drag. Now once you've clicked and dragged, look on your bottom left. It's got 3141 millimeters, 1272 millimeters. So what you can do before you click anything, if you go and type 12,000, check now it's changing, comma 8,000, that is 12,000 millimeters by 8,000 millimeters, and you press enter. Look at what happens. Did I do 8,000? I did 1,200. Sorry. Let's do that again. You select your rectangle tool, click at one point, drag, and then you do 12, 1, 2, 3. That's 12,000, right? Yebo. Comma on your keyboard, 8, 1, 2, 3. That's 8,000. You press enter. It has created a 12 meter by 8 stage for you. Now, as soon as you're done with this, go to your select tool, double click it, press M for move, or you just go to your move tool. Grab the one corner, put it at the center of the origin, just so that you have perspective of where you are. See now, if you orbit, that dude is standing right there by the corner. Okay, back to the top view. Okay, once this is done, we can get rid of this dude, or you can get rid of him in the beginning, whichever way you feel like it. Okay, so when you have done this, now the next step now is to create the shape, the ovalish kind of shape that you want to create. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do that. One of the things that let me teach you how to do it this way. I think it will be way much easier for you to do it that way. You could take the which one should you use? 2-point arc. Click on the one point, click on the other point, and just go out a little bit. Let's say you go out by 500 millimeters. Press enter, and then no, actually no, let's not do it that way. Let's do this first. Let's say we want our ramp to be 2 meters wide. So we come to the center of this box that we've created, which you take the measuring tool. Once you hover over it, it will show you, oh, that's where your center is. So we want it to be 2 meters, right? So from the center, you click, you drag to your left, and you type 1,000. From the center again, you click, drag to the other side, click another 1,000. Remember you are doing 2 meters. Sorry, I'm just going to move this up a little bit from the set point. Actually, here's a much easier way to do it. Just going to move this a little bit out. You take your line tool, look for the center. From the center, you go out 1,000. From the center again, where's the center? Hey, I cannot see the center. Sorry, my eyesight. Okay, yes, the way much easier way. I think this way is gonna be confusing for most of you. We all know that this size from here to there is 12,000. That means half of it is 6,000. That means 6,000 minus 1,000 from the one side to the other, that's 5,000. So if we go from this point and we do 5,000 to give us a point there, we come from this point, we do another 5,000, it gives us a point there. So we've got this point, and the distance between these two is gonna be 2 meters. There we go. Remember to use the measuring tool at every chance you get. All right, and then from there, that's when you can take your 2-point arc. Your 1 point is gonna be at the end, your other point is gonna be by the first point you made, and then you just curve it out. Let's do 1,500, and then there we go. You take your arc tool again from that point to the other point there, you do 1,500, enter again. And now if I select this part and delete it, and this part and delete it, I've got that shape there. It doesn't look very circular, does it? But you get what I mean. So from here, let's say you want the stage to be 900 millimeters high. Click on the surface. Remember your push-pull tool. You click, pull up. It's gonna be, you click type 900, enter. There you have it. Now you want your ramp to be, let's say, 4 meters deep. Click on that surface. This is how easy it is, guys. You pull out and you type 4000, enter, and there you have it. That's how simple it is. There you have it. All right. So you've got a stage with a ramp, a curved stage with a 4 meter ramp. Now, to make it look a little bit more nicer, remember the things that we spoke about yesterday? There's this tool called the offset tool. So if you click on the top, guys, always go back to the top view. Always work from the top view unless you want to edit the sides and whatnot. Always work on your top view. All right. So the offset tool, I click inside the shape and I drag out. I'm creating that border that we spoke about yesterday, and I want this to be 150 millimeters. And there we have it. We've got the inside and out. All right. So remember, our stage needs to have a color. Maybe they want it to be white or whatnot. Let's say they want a white stage, so we're gonna keep it as white. But then now the borders have to be sort of black. So we go to the bucket tool. Remember the bucket tool and what it works with? Here, this is what the bucket tool does. You go to colors. You choose a blackish color to paint that section there, and then you paint every other section of the stage, like there, and there you have it. So that's just the first part of your stage. All right, back to the selection tool. So now once this is done, now people need to enter at the stage. So you can either have steps from left to right all the way, or you have one center step or steps on each side. So I've decided for this one, I'm gonna do, now go to the back view, I'm gonna do steps from left to right because I want the pageants to be able to go in anywhere from the back of the stage. So the thing about steps that you need to understand this, guys, about steps by law, they are 150 millimeters high and 300 millimeters in depth. Always remember that 150 high, 300 millimeters in depth. So that means what we're gonna do, we come to this end of this here, of this stage, this corner, take our measuring tool. From the bottom we measure 150. From that point that we've measured to the next one, another 150. Please feel free to ask me questions, stop me, say whatever you need to say. And then from that point, another 150. From that point, another 150. This thing gets a little bit mathematical, just a little bit. It's not that hectic. I'm not the best in maths, so if I can do it, most of you can. And then from that point to that point is 150. So we have got, then from those points that we've selected, you take your line tool, just draw a line from point to point. So from this point, you will see it will keep a red line to show you that it's still in line, and then you click there. Next point, remember, if it's not showing the red line, you are not in the straight line. All right, one point to the next, another point to the next. There we go. So now you've drawn all those lines. Now you count how many. That means this is the number of steps you're gonna have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're gonna have 6 steps, right? So now what we know is that we're gonna have 6 steps. But now, how long are these steps now? Because how long is the bottom one? How long is this 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 one? The only step that we know its length is the top one, because we said every step must be 300 millimeters deep. All right, the depth of the step is 300 millimeters. So what this means is, now you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you take six steps. When I say mathematical, now you're going to take out your calculator, right? You need to take out your calculator. So you go to your calculator, you say 300, which is what we know is that each step must be 300. You multiply it by 6, right? Equals to 1,800. That tells you that the bottom step must be 1,800. So back to what? Push-pull tool. Trust me, learn this tool. It's gonna make your life so much easy. You'll be surprised at what you can do with this tool. Go to your push-pull tool. You take the bottom step, you pull it out. You just type 1,800, press enter. Right. Now, can any of you guess what would be the next thing now to get our step? Like what do you need to do to get your next step? Like what would you have to do to just get the step that follows this one? Like what would you have to do? So remember, each step is 300. Each step is 300. That means if that one is 1,800, subtract the 300 from it, it's 1,500, and then you go to the push-pull tool, pull that one, 1,200. I hope this makes sense. Push-pull tool, 900, 600, and the last one will be 300. All right. So look at that. Would you look at that? All right. I usually delete all these marking tools that I use. I don't know why they irritate me. I don't like them, so I usually just get rid of them whenever I can. All right. Oh, a bit of a mistake here. This should not happen. We shouldn't have drawn this before this, but let me try to take this line out. No, it's not gonna work for us. It will be a much lot of work, but anyway, there you have your back steps. So that's how far your stage is now. So what you have now is just a stage, a ramp, and stairs for people to access at the back. Okay, remember we're drawing pretty simple stage. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make flats at the back. Okay, so we're gonna have flats at the back, and then the pigeons are gonna come in between the flats, right? The pigeons will walk in between the flats. Maybe that is the brief that you were given to say, hey, I want people to come in between the flats. So yeah, do that. So hey, go back, top view, actually front view. We just need to see our stage, how it looks. Okay, so on the front view, because you want your flats to be standing upright, this is what you do. Again, rectangle tool. Your flat, let's say, is 1,200 millimeters wide by 2,400 millimeters high. So 1,200, 2,400, enter. No, I don't want it to look like that. Hold on. Let's do 1,200, 2,400, enter, and there you have it. Right, there you have it. But it's just a flat plane without any depth or anything. So what you need to do, click on the surface. Actually, before that, let's make it look a little bit much nicer. Let's make it curvy a little bit at the top. This, I'm just trying to get you to using the all the tools that you need to use. So again, 2-point arc. Click on one point, click on the other point, go out a little bit. There we go. Again on the side, click on one point. Hey, come here. click on the other part, there you go, and then you just select this side, delete it, select the outside part, just the outside part, delete it, and it looks a bit like that. It's a bit curvy. Select the plane, and then again push pull, just pull it out a little bit by about 60 millimeters. Right, so there we have it. There's your flat. There is your flat. Right, so I want to introduce you to something again today called groups. So what you do is, if I pull this out now and I put it onto this stage right now, it will join and become one thing because they're not separated, they're not grouped. So what you have to do, come to the stage, triple click it. Remember, double click selects only the top part of it, triple click selects everything, you right click and say make a group. Okay, some work with components, some work with groups, it's up to you. Double click, triple click this again, and then say make a group. Okay, so no matter what I do to this, if I move it here, I can move it out anytime and it will not join. Okay, so come to your top view so you can see where this is. You hold and pull it back, pull it all the way back to where you need it. We need it there. There we have it. Front view to see how high it is, and then you pull it down. There it's sitting. Now we want it at the beginning of this. There we go. There we have it. So I want this everywhere up to the end, with maybe a 1 meter distance between them, or I don't know, right, where people can fit in to pass through. If I choose the move tool, hold control and click and drag this, it copies. Do it again. So the best way to do it is this. You want them to have 1 meter apart distance, right? Click the move tool, click and drag. As soon as you drag, you type 1000. Oh, sorry, it can't do, it will measure from there. So let's do, because we want a 1 meter distance between them, we need to do, it's a 1.2. So I don't know if this will complicate your life, but let me just say it. Because it's 1.2, this whole thing is 1.2. So if I tell it, it starts counting from here. So if I tell it 1 meter, it will take the 1 meter from here to there, and then it will leave the 2000 part. So let's do 2200 to get a 1 meter distance between them. So I click, drag, and just type 2200, enter. If I check this distance between this point and this point, it's 1 meter, right? So same thing, M, click and drag, 2200, click and drag, 2200, click and drag, 2200, and then click and drag, 2200. Right, there we have it. We have our flats at the back. Oh, that one went out a little bit. Yeah, it went out a little bit. Don't worry about it. So now we know that our contestants will walk up, go in there. Please guys, bear in mind, all these videos that I'm doing now, I'm going to post them on my YouTube channel, and you can find them there just to get a better understanding of this whole thing. So even on my Director Rock page on Facebook, it will be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back a little bit by, what should I do, 250, 250. Just move that one back a little bit so that it's on stage. So this distance is not the same as the other ones. Just forgive me for that. So when I give this color, all right, when I give this things color, so if you double click on it, then you can go inside, go to your colors, remember, bucket 2, colors, and let's make them different colors. Start with red, right, double click the next one, go to that layer there, let's go to with that green, double click that one, let's go to the blue, double click that one, Let's go to a more purplish, pinkish, I don't know what color that is. And then yellow, I know yellow. And then the last one, what color did we do on the last one? Let me see, what color didn't we use? What color didn't we use? Light blue. Alright, so there you have it. You have your flats, your steps, people go in. Hey, this is not straight in line with the other ones. Come up. There we go. There you have it. You have your flats at the back. You have got your steps. If you look in the top view, your steps, your flats, and a little bit of a ramp there. And yeah, sorry guys, please ask me questions as I go. Please ask me questions. Feel free to ask me anything you want to know. I'll be glad to answer. So there we go, we've created a stage. Alright, so I'm going to introduce you to something else today, which is very important, and it makes the lives of every SketchUp user easy. Like, it literally makes your life so much easier. You will not believe it. You will not believe it. Or let's just apply the one tool that we spoke about yesterday. Maybe they wanted some sort of branding or whatnot before I introduce you to this thing. Right, remember this? The 3D text. Let's call this beauty. Hey, let's call this beauty. Right, we come with beauty, we put beauty there. You want it to be big, remember the tool, scale, click, drag, press M. There are shortcuts for these things, guys. M is for move. There we go. Maybe they wanted you to have that there. And also on the other side. And also on this side. Place it there. Scale tool. Sorry guys, my screen is on the other side, that's why I keep looking that side. Press M. There you have it. What color do we want it to be? What color do we want it to be? Just scalish, so we can do that. We can do that. The stage is a bit of a branding there. Yeah. Okay. I just added that in so that we, we've got a little bit of something on that tool. Okay, so I wanted to introduce you something. It's called 3D Warehouse, right? 3D Warehouse makes your life so much easy. You have no idea. Like, pretty much everything I've done here, it's probably there and it's already created by someone somewhere and they put it there. So 3D Warehouse is where a lot of SketchUp users or designers, they design models and they throw them there for everybody to just go there and take and use whenever they want to. It's a very, it's a warehouse. That's what it literally is. Anything you're probably looking for, it's probably there, and this is how it looks like. It's called 3D Warehouse. 3D Warehouse, SketchUp.com, so you can find it. And I can pretty much type anything and it will be here, like stage ramp, for instance. And I say enter, hold on, you'll see what comes up. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. These are all things that I can just download and use. These are things that you can download, and then upon downloading them you can improve, change from this and make them to be whatever you want to make them. I recommend that you design your own stuff and you can just get a few components here and there and not sell ideas to people that you don't have, but hey, the choice is yours. Let's say beauty pageant, right? Nope. Beauty pageant. No, they don't have a beauty pageant. Beauty what? They're called independent? No. Fashion. Let's do this. I just thought of Naomi Campbell, so I've never actually searched for people's names. Hey, come here. I've actually never searched for anybody. No, not winning. Person. Oh, there are people. Look, you just get people, and this is how it works. Let me just get this lady for you. Say download. This is the one that I've got. And as soon as I've downloaded, look at this. Okay, let's download this. And what else? And what else goes to beauty pageants? I really don't know. Trust? No, I don't want to put trust. What can you put on a beauty pageant? Like what goes in there? What goes in there? What goes in there? Okay, let me just say. Let me just take this vase of flowers and put them on stage somewhere. Flower download 2019. Don't judge me, okay? That's the thing that came to my mind. Let me minimize this, go back to SketchUp. And then from here, file, import. It will take you to your computer, you go to downloads. Look, there's that person that we just got. Import the person, and we can place it anywhere on the stage. And our person is there. Isn't that great? And then let's get our flowers. File, import, flowers, import them, and hold on, they will come up just now. They will come up just now. Okay, probably a big file, that's why it's taking forever. Ooh, talking is a lot of work, my throat is tired. It's probably a big file. See, SketchUp not responding. That means this file is big. Hopefully my laptop won't crash. I hope it doesn't crash. Let's give it a few more minutes, seconds, I don't know. See if it's gonna bring it up. I hope it brings it up. Hope it brings it up. Oh, come on. Nope, it's not coming. It is not coming. Oh, there we go. See? Put our flowers there. On stage. Remember M, control, move tool, press control and drag to the other side. It's not copying it right. Oh. There we go. Got it. 2 giant vases of flowers on stage. They're not even sitting properly. Look at that. Okay, these files are really big. Like, there's too much detail onto this. That's why it's lagging and it's being this low and whatnot. But there, with 2 giant vases on stage with flowers. Now it's starting to look like church. See? So you can pretty much get anything, guys. Like, look, let me get a car, for instance. Like, go to 3D warehouse and type BMW M4. BMW M4. I love the M4. Like, I really love it. So that's why I choose that one. Right? Look at that. BMW M4. I just download that. Download it. And then soon, hold on, the download will be done soon. And then you can just put it on the stage. That's how cool this app is. You can just hold it over the stage. So, file, import. There's our M4. Say import. I hope it doesn't make the computer crash. I really hope it doesn't. But Yeah, so this is like the one tool that will help you every single time you need something and you're stuck. It's literally Google. Like, you know how you Google stuff on Google? Yeah, this is the Google 3D warehouse of stuff that you need to use on SketchUp. So look at that. Then boom. Would you look at that? So, alright. And then let's come here. Remember? 3D text tool. BMW. Come here. Place it there. To the move to, put it there. Get that beautiful BMW blue and there. And the best part about this is you can edit whatever you import. Alright? So whatever you decide to import, you can edit it. Like this car now. See, I can edit the doors. I can edit the top part. It's quite a bit of work, but if I want to change the color of this whole thing, you know, I can literally edit this whole car and change it to whatever color that I see that I need it to be, for instance. Or take out some stuff, put whatever I want to put. Look, man, SketchUp gives you way much more than I could probably ever tell you. Way much more than I could probably ever tell you. There's a lot of features in this thing. There's a lot of features in this thing that I'm still yet to discover. I'm still yet to get to know. But look at that. Look at that. Oh, hold on. By the way, it's like a full-on, you know, full-on BMW car, man. It's incredible. Like, they put everything, man, and you know, most of these things are designed by the manufacturers. So some of them are literally exactly how they should be, which I think that's like the coolest thing ever. Don't you guys think? So I'm just trying to edit the car, show you that you can pretty much manipulate this app into anything you want, get whatever results that you would desire. Remember that tool? There we go. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at that car now. Like, everything is, look at that. So you can pretty much design anything you want on SketchUp. It is that easy, you know. And then there's some other more tools that as time goes by, I will teach you. Look at how beautiful this thing looks now. I will teach you as time goes by. You learn and get to know how to make all these things, how to import these things. And guys, please feel free to ask me any questions. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Director Raw. I'm gonna post all these videos that I do there, and some videos that I'll never go live on. I'm gonna post them on on my YouTube channel and my Director Raw page on Facebook. All the information is on the bottom of the screen, as you can see. Please follow us on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. The more followers we have, the more people can learn. So pretty much you can pretty much do anything you probably can imagine on SketchUp. I don't know. So far for today, this is where I'm gonna stop. I just wanted you to get to know how to design a simple stage with a ramp, get things from 3D warehouse, and yeah, that's it. You know, we'll cover more stuff that is more related to us, like getting, now see, when you have to get a band, for instance, you know, some of you are more interested in such things when you want to get a band in, you know, and make it look nice and whatnot. All of that is there. It's on 3D warehouse. Like, let me just show you this quick. If I just come here and I say DW drum kit, look at that. It literally gives you a DW drum kit. If I download this, hold on a second, you will see it when you import it, and you will see how real it looks, how realistic it is. So for you too, guys, I'm really hoping this is helping you guys out. If you don't have SketchUp, check my video from yesterday. I put a link there of how you can get SketchUp. You can download it. There's a trial for free that you can get, and it will help you out a lot. It will help you out a lot. Import again. Here's our drum set. Import it. Ooh, the stage is already full of verses. I don't know where I'm gonna put the drum kit. But honestly, guys, this is not as difficult as people make it out to be, and it can help you out a lot. So in this couple of days that we have left, if you can just learn these few skills, get to know a little bit of something here and there, it can help you out, man. You know, I feel they need to disclose this. It might be an encouragement to some of you guys that this is what pretty much keeps me going. Probably, you know, 60% of my income, I make it from doing these things that I'm doing now. Just drawing things for people. You know, it gets a little bit more advanced where you render better stuff and make things look a little bit much better. But I could promise you now, this is a way much, you can present this to a client. This you can present to a client. I don't know, this one is blues because I selected all of it when I, hold on, sorry. This is not supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be white at the back. Where's the blue? Okay. This you could present to your client. If you were to preach for an event, I'm sure this you can just go there and say, hey, look at that. You know, this is what we came up with. You know, so yeah. So the last thing I'm going to do is just to create a background at the back, like a full-on, you know, like a room, pretty much. So if I go to the top view, remember guys, top view, every single time, work from the top view, okay? So if I just come here, select this whole thing, and say, make a group, just so that I don't mess around with it, because it becomes more like locked. Come around this whole thing and draw, and draw a big, there we go, here's our room there, right? And then, from this room, what I do, remember our offset tool, very essential tool. I offset a little bit by, let's say 300, right? Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring this back, sorry. This was just for a better rendering. I want you guys to see this. Okay, we've offsetted by 300. And the floor, this is going to be the floor, and this is going to be the wall, right? Anybody guess how you want to guess how you're going to make a wall? Well, you pull it up. You come here. Boom. There we go. Pull it up. Now we have the floor. So, back to the bucket tool. Bucket tool, you come here and you say you want the floor to be carpeted. Go through, oh, there are our carpets. Select a carpet that you want. Just click there. And your floor becomes a carpet. Let me try and make it easier for you. Some things I will go through as time goes by. Some things that I'm doing that you might not understand what I'm doing. As time goes by, things get better, I'll go through it. And then let's say we want this to be a brick wall, right? So you go brick, select bricks, and then want the wall to be bricks. There we go. Boom. So the whole house gets to be bricks. Oopsie. just trying to show you how far you can go with this app and how many things that you can do with just this app alone. You can have a whole career, a full-on career with just this app, literally. Okay. Oh, there's the front part. Oh, our house doesn't have a door, or rather a room. So let's create a big, let's say let's create a window and a door, right? Same tool, click there. That's gonna be, let's make it a see-through kind of thing actually. Let's make it see-through. So what you're gonna do here, what do you think you're gonna do? Glass. Let's actually do this first. Let's have a there we go. Okay, let's make this glass. Just want you to understand the depth of this thing and how it works and what it can do for you. Stick this out. Hold on. There we go. We did what one? How deep did we go again? We did 300. And then let's put a glass there. Would you look at that? So this is what we've done today. This is what we have done today. Made a room with glass. There's a stage in there. There's drums and a car and a vase and a person standing and the back wall. Doesn't make much sense, but hey, alright. Just showing you different things that you can put into SketchUp, create different stuff and make pretty much anything you want to make. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you're gonna join me again tomorrow. Usually when I start my videos at 3 the network doesn't want to work, so I don't know, but please be on the lookout. I will post what time I'll do the videos, and tomorrow we're gonna take it a little bit notch higher, and then I think about by Friday, if not next week, then we'll get into then putting lights in and making it live and making it look beautiful and all of that. You can even take this design and change this room, put some lights in this room, add some screens, make that colorful and beautiful, all of that. We might even do that, I don't know. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great day. Stay responsible. Stay in your houses unless it's really necessary. Thank you very much, guys, and God bless. Whew. Jehovah. Ah, man.